turned out to be a rather wet and miserable Bay of Plenty day, but nevertheless you're all here, and well, we do wish you all the very best in your buying endeavours if that's your intention. Of course, to all of our sellers here, we do appreciate you working with us and trying to get you across the line today. There's a wonderful lineup of buyers here in the room, also watching on the live stream, on telephones, and well, we do welcome everybody, all those parties. Really do appreciate you tuning in. Jordan Sidwright's my name. I'll be taking you through the first lot of properties that we have up today. But a good team, well, you'll see them on the screen behind me here, obviously. Myself, I'll run the first session there, and at 2 o'clock, our National Auction Manager, Grant, will step in and complete the auctions for today. But we couldn't do it alone. Beside me, Robin Cotter, she's going to do all the technology that you see on the screen there, and she's going to make those properties look absolutely fabulous on the wall behind me there. Now, we do have those names and faces underneath Louise, Mark, Jill and Trevor. They're what we refer to here in the auction room as our elite team of negotiators. Now, if we do get bidding from the floor at a level where I'm not quite permitted to sell the property, what I might do is pause the auction and see if we can get one of these people to come and help you, get you across the line, see if we can close that gap and get you the keys for your new wonderful home today. I'll explain more about how that works in just a moment, but again, all managers within the company and those negotiators will step in as and where needed. Now, to the conduct of auction, we'll get there in just a second. Remind you, of course, you do bid and buy today on a cash, unconditional basis, acknowledging you have received the REA Buying and Selling Guide. You'll see a photo of it there. No doubt you've had many copies throughout your buying journey there. You also agree to the terms dictated in the contract, for it is that contract that we will be getting you to sign if you are one of our lucky purchasers today. Now, the conduct of auction, well, I won't go over it too much in full. You're all smart, savvy, sophisticated buyers, so I won't bore you with all the details, but I will make it very clear they are very important, and it's that conduct which we will abide to here in the auction room. Now, a couple of things to point out. Vendor bidding, just so we're all very clear on that process there. Vendor bidding is just a way of the sellers saying to you, the buyers, hey, thanks very much for your bidding, but at this level, we're happy to remain the owners, and if you'd like to buy the property, well, you'll just need to bid above that level. Now, rest assured that if I place a vendor bid, or if Grant places a vendor bid when he's calling his session, these vendor bids will only be placed at a level well below reserve price, and always clearly labelled as such. So there'll be absolutely no confusion about it. Like I say, if a vendor bid is placed, it means that our owners are happy to remain absolutely that, the owners of the property. You want to buy it, bid above, and we'll see how we go. Phone bidders, as I mentioned, we do have some registered phone interest today. I'll endeavour to point that out to you as it arrives for each property there, and all the paperwork's been approved and signed off by me on all of those. Now, if we do have any questions, right, like I say, folks, please feel free to let me know. If you are one of our lucky purchasers, it's that contract I touched on. Like I say, you'll be signing it, you'll need to pay your 10% deposit, and then we can all go and have some champagne in the cafe next door to celebrate. Questions at this juncture, ladies and gentlemen? No? Told you you're all smart, savvy, sophisticated, didn't I? Well, our first plot over here at 38 Main Street Close. Now, Rachel Martin is going to take my role. She's been marketing this property. Now, it's been excellent. We're going to take the guys through, show you around such a wonderful home. Only a few minutes stroll to the golden standard. That's what I think is charming. We've been doing the quiet concept, offering a snap, and bustle of every day. Legally described as a concept in 500 square metres. So we were trying to call this in 10 working days to make the sale, or otherwise as mutually agreed upon. Anyone need any further clarification on this? Wonderful. Inside, you're greeted by a warm and inviting atmosphere, a home with plenty of character, but with room to further enhance and truly capitalise on the privacy that's offered in a place like this. The well-appointed kitchen will assist in bringing gourmet dinners to the dining table night after night after night, whilst opening a living space that allows the rooms spread out and relaxing on the not very tricky to do, and unfortunately today it's going to be a little tougher than on other days. But the private backyard for that large decking wood, it makes it when the sun shines, it makes enjoying the sunny weather even easier. A sought after location, your zone for schooling, and you're close to local amenities, making this property a stand-out option in life. So buyers, I'll let you know it's time to have registered home interest, but it's now that I call to you for an opening bid. 750. Welcome you in at 750,000, and let's travel and say 20s at this level, but I've got you on the phone there, Leon, your buyer, at 770 up the front, then at 770, and back to you if you like at 770, travel in 20 still if you like at 770 up the front, I make it a first call. And then we go there at 70 and 90 with you on the phone there, Leon, at 790,000, and back we go 18 on the knot. At 18 we are here out the front, clearly been placed and offered at the front of the room here at $810,000. First call I make it there at 810-000. Leon, what do we say on the phone here? Your buyers, do we go 830? I got it up the back of the room over here, so I'll take it there first at 8:30 on the knot, just in time, folks. And I've got you up the back of the room, and do we go on top again? 10. 10 short on the stride. You can't do the 20 a little bit there. At 8:30, I've got it here. We say 8:50. Put you in a stronger position. On the knot, appreciate you working with me there at 8:50 with you, and it's against you now, folks. But you're welcome to come back in, give you a 20 opportunity if you like. But I've got 8:50 with you, sir. At $850,000 front of the room there. Okay, then at 870 with you. At 870,000 now, got you on the back wall there at 870. And look, I'll treat you with the 10s now if you like, sir. Make it easier. Okay, 880 we are straight on the retort at 880. But offer you the same courtesy, of course, folks. At 890 would be your next move. But I've got it here. First call away now at 880. And 890 on the back there at 890,000 now with you, against you up the front now. Give you a second to think it over. But at 890 I've got it at the back of the room there and I'll make it a first call. Okay, 900 with you up the front there at $900,000. And what do we say, folks? Is it 10 on top? Nothing further from your buyer on the phone at this stage. At 900 up the front of the room, I've got it there. I'm making a first call at 900,000. And 10 on top, just in time there at 910 with you at $910,000, and happy to take it 10 again if you'd like at 910 against you. Got it at the back there. First call, I make it now. 95. Yeah, I like you. I'll go the 5 for you. I like the way you're doing it at 915 with you. But of course, folks, it would be rude of me not to offer the 5 back to you there at 915. I've got it up the front, and I'll call it 3 times. Once. At 915,000. And 20 now we go at 920. We are at the back of the room there at $920,000.
Through the instructions, it's on the market.
On the market there, folks. You heard it loud and clear. We play for keeps today at 920,000. What do we say, folks? Take a 5, take a 1. 5, absolutely. Great play there at 925, and you're out front again at 925. But remember, folks, this will be your home if you're the final bidder today. At 925, I've got it up the front of the room and I make it a first call. Do I move behind the podium for a second time? Third chance, you can take a 1 if you like. Just pop yourself back in front. Third and final opportunity then at 925 up the front.
I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
Here at 927, I'll call it 3 times. First, second, third opportunity. The hammer is up at 927,000. Both like single hits. Nothing further from your buyer on the front. Further in the room there. It goes into final call. 927. It's going. It's going. Sold down the front of the room. Thanks for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. We go There are now 46 Cassinia Close. Charlotte Gardner out of our Papamoa office. Well, she's been working hard, her and her team, bringing you all you wonderful buyers through the property, showing you the absolute best that this property has to offer. And well, it's meticulously presented in one of the Bay's most desirable areas. This elevated property, well, it stands out in all the right ways. Yes, it's a freehold estate being 620 square metres, more or less. You'll find the record of title number being 668871. Now just note, folks, that your settlement date is your move-in day, the day you can book the moving truck for. Well, that's 40 working days from the date of agreement, or otherwise as mutually agreed. And the further terms of sale 23.0. When the vendor has supplied the purchaser with a LIM report, or what we refer to as vendor reports, the purchaser acknowledges that they rely on their own due diligence to complete the purchase and not on any representation from the vendor in relation to the vendor reports. And the purchaser will not make any objection or claim for compensation against the vendor. 24.0, just an early release of deposit as instructed by the solicitor there. Now flow, well, it's effortless through your communal living with that beautiful kitchen taking centre stage, the natural look timber floorboards and the high mono-pitched ceiling. Well, they just enhance that sense of space throughout the home. The clever configuration sees sunlight stream through the windows. French Provençal farmhouse mixes with the contemporary design and quality Paradise Builders craftsmanship. The result, well, it's an absolutely superb family home. Lovingly tended and manicured gardens surround the home, a wonderful location for this warm, comfortable and alluring home. Well, we just look for some wonderful new owners for it now. So folks, in your hands, this is the opportunity you've waited for if you're cash buyers here on the auction floor, looking at 4, sitting at 46, sitting at close rather. Give you an opportunity, buyers. This is where you tell me what you'd like to pay. Okay. Silence is an interesting strategy. Well, I'll call it 3 times if you like then. Make it a first call. Twice. Third opportunity then, folks. Okay, it doesn't look like we've got the cash on this one here, Charlotte, but I know you've got a little bit of work further to do. I'm sure it won't be too long before we see a sold sticker out the front. Wish you the best on that one. Option closed. Well, over the bridge we go now, 65 Atfield Drive in Bethlehem. And well, you've got the very diligent work. This is a result of Mary and Peter's diligent efforts here. They've brought, on behalf of their sellers to the market, a wonderful home, I'm sure we can all agree. A welcoming feel that awaits you here at 65 Atfield Drive. The light and bright sunny home benefits from that north-facing aspect, where blue skies, well, they are common, and stress, well, it just melts away in a wonderful home like this. To the legal description, the unique identifier is 29949, where you'll find a freehold estate of 685 square metres, more or less. Note, folks, you've got your chattels list. We've put it on the screen there for you, but the garden ornaments have been excluded from that list there. And the settlement date, well, the 20th of October, that's the day you get to have your celebratory move-in drinks, the 20th of October of this year, or otherwise as mutually agreed. Now, entertaining, well, it comes naturally here. Multiple points to sit back with a morning coffee or an evening rosé. The sheltered covered area of the lounge allows for dinner parties to flow seamlessly from inside to out, no matter the weather. With scope to add further value and modernise this 4-bedroom home, well, it offers a great home base for families at the end of the day. The multiple living areas mean that you can have plenty of space just to spread out and relax when you need a little quiet time. Whether you're out walking and biking the many local pathways nearby, filling the shopping bags at the nearby Bethlehem or Cherrywood shopping centres, or just out with the kids at the playground down at the Carmichael Reserve, well, you'll be glad you decided to purchase here today so that you can start reaping the rewards of such a wonderful home in a wonderful location. Bidders and buyers, the time has come. Cash buyers, I know we're working with some conditional interest, so cash, this is your opportunity to let it be clear. beat the competition. That's what we offer you here on the auction floor. Cash buyers. I'll call it 3 times. First chance now, if you're interested. Twice the call. Third now. Okay, look, doesn't look like we've got the cash on this one, Mary, but like I say, you've got some conditional parties who will be very happy to hear that this is still available, so we'll let you deal with those ones. I'm sure it won't be long. If you do have interest, give Mary or Peter a call. Only too happy to help. Wish you the very best on that and close the auction. Thank you. Well, we're going on a little journey up the road. We head a little bit further north from here. Sometimes referred to as the Sleepy Village. Well, Wakino. It offers plenty of heritage and a laid-back lifestyle. And here at 44 Poland Street, this sunny little unit on top of the hill, well, it offers a fabulous place to relax. And we'll just listen to the bird song, really. Now, Steve Cameron, he's been marketing this one based out of our Waihi office, but the man travels around, goes and visits some wonderful properties, and this one absolutely no exception. You'll find it under the record title 1078320, the freehold estate being 1,001 square metres, more or less. Now, your settlement date, that's 20 working days from unconditional date. So you can buy today, that would be today. There is a little bit of flexibility up the sleeve should we need it there. Not too much chattels, not too many chattels to get your head around there, folks. And just note the Waihi Mine clause under 23.0 advising you where to get further information should you need it there. The 2-bedroom cabin, well, it's got a full-length covered veranda where you can sip away your morning coffee, watching the tuis fly on by. The gardens, well, they're all mulched for low maintenance. There's fruit trees in abundance. And your outlook over the pastoral lands, well, it just guarantees relaxation. Now fitted with a smart power meter, fully wired with sockets and lights. Not quite fibre yet, but you do have the VDSL connection there. Allows you to keep in touch with your friends as and when you wish. But you can also isolate yourself and just enjoy your surroundings. The addition of the shed on site provides extra storage, great for storing the e-bikes before you head out on the Hodaki Rail Trail on the weekends there. The old mining village, well, it could be your new semi-rural oasis, folks. This is your opportunity. Cash buyers in the room. Start us away if you like. 44 Poland Street. Who says go? Once an opportunity then. You don't have to let me call it every time, folks, but I will twice now. Third opportunity then, folks. No cash. We'll close that one then, Steve. A little bit further work to do on that one there. I'm sure your phone's going to be pretty busy this afternoon, but wish you all the best on that one for you and your sellers there. If you do have interest, give Steve a call. We'll close the auction. Back to this side of the bridge here, folks, over in the Mount Maunganui, Papamoa side of the bridge, rather. Well, here at 587A Maunganui Road, Fran Harmon, she's been taking you through this wonderful property, and folks, it looks like a really great option. 6 decades ago, most Kiwis, well, they enjoyed a standard of living that was the envy of many other nations. The arrival of television, jet airliners, it was the beginning of a drastic change for the world that we knew. And at 587A Maunganui Road, well, the builders, they were putting on the finishing touches to this beautiful and solidly built brick and tile home. Fast forward to today, well, she still represents good buying, and it's evident by that timeless choice in construction materials. The legal description, that unique identifier is SA69D Folio 776. You've got 396 square metres, more or less, of freehold land. Now, your move-in day, that's 40 working days from the date of sale, but we do offer a little bit of flexibility there should we need it. And your chattels list, well, you'll see up on the screen, there's been no late changes to the chattels list, has there, Fran? All as documented, folks, so you can bid with confidence on that front. Now, with plenty of scope to update and add your own personal touches, but still more than comfortable to just move straight on in and start enjoying come that early October move-in day. Now, a property like this, well, I'd suggest would be a great option for first home buyers to get into a fantastic location, offering that 3116 postcode and a wonderful 3-bedroom home. Now, you've got the off-street parking here. It provides plenty of space for friends and family to come and visit. It's in a great location, like I touched on. You're not too far from all the shopping on offer nearby, and of course, it is just a short stroll stroll down to the beach if that's what you're inclined to do on a beautiful sunny day. Ladies and gentlemen, in your hands now, start us away. You tell me a value you'd like to start. Maybe I can suggest somewhere around 500,000 might be a nice, fair and reasonable start. 500 up the front. Welcome on in. Got you there at 500, and I'll look for a 20 on the rise, but nice to see you and wish you the best. At 500 now, we see 520 in the room. Give you a first chance, ladies and gentlemen. Twice at 500, do we go 520 now if you like? Third call now at 500,000 up the front with these wonderful folk. Okay, then 520 vendor bid, clearly bid and placed here, south of my instructions. Do we go 20 on top and make it 40? We do, absolutely. Happy to work with you there at 540,000. At 540 with you out the front, I'll call it 3 times like I'm obliged to do, and I'll make it a first call. Twice now. Third chance at 540. Okay, then we're at 560 with me, vendor bid again, and we go 580 with you. Okay, at 580,000, I've got you up the front there. First opportunity now at 580,000. Second chance. Third opportunity, looks like it's just you there, folks. No further interest at this level. Tell you what I'll do, south of my instructions, but I'll pause, see if we can get you a little bit of help there, see if we can get you across the line. Trevor, I've got the buyers up the middle here, see if we can help out. We'll just pause the auction, folks. We'll start to notice a trend, folks, that while the Pakamara region, well, it's a popular place to be, and well, hence the abundance of properties that we offer you there, folks, and hence the interest we've got. Well, 75 the Boulevard, no exception to that. Absolutely delightful in Palm Springs. This wonderful abode, it's tucked away from the main road, which offers a real sense of seclusion and serenity for the new home owners. Now, it's a freehold estate, being 451 square metres more or less. It's lot 2, deposited plan 506540, under that record of title 767404. Now you've got 20 working days to get all your affairs in order and book the moving truck, folks. That's your move-in date. But we do offer a little bit of flexibility for you on that front. And just note that the further terms of sale page where the vendor has supplied the purchaser with a LIM report, what we refer to as the vendor reports, the purchaser acknowledges that they've relied on their own due diligence to complete the purchase and not on any representation from the vendor in relation to those reports. The purchaser will not make any objection or claim against the vendor in relation to those. Now, the heart of the home, the central living area, with the open plan layout, it ensures plenty of interaction and effortless connection with the outdoor covered patio area. A great place for a morning cuppa, I would suggest. A property like this will be the location of many, many timeless stories amongst friends and family. Such a warm and welcoming home, you can be proud as punch to entertain all your guests in a home like this. In a highly desirable location, the proximity to a host of conveniences, outstanding education, and effortless access to main arterial routes. A remarkable home awaiting remarkable new owners, should we say. Folks, in your hands, tell us where to start. 75, the Boulevard. First opportunity then, twice the call. Third chance. Okay, doesn't look like we've got the cash on this one, Charlotte, but I know you've been working very hard for your sellers there, and I'm sure you're going to be very busy over the next coming days to get this one with a nice sold sign out the front. Wish you the best on that one. No problem. Thanks for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. We go back now to 587A, Maunganui Road. We paused, had a little conversation with our lead bidder. I'll just get you to confirm for me you've increased your offer to $610,000 just on a nod would be great. Thank you. And my instructions from our seller at this level, we're on the market and we sell away for the want of a better bid. So at that level there, folks, at $610,000, I'll call it 3 times. First opportunity then at 610, take a single on top if you like. Second call now, make it there for you at $610,000. Third and final chance, fire up the front here with absolute pleasure. It's going, gone. So congratulations there. We'll be back shortly, folks, with our 2 o'clock session to take over from there. We appreciate you sticking around.
Thanks, Ron.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that have just joined us for our 2 o'clock session, a very warm welcome to the EVES auction room here this afternoon. We've already done half a dozen properties starting at 1 o'clock. A couple of those properties sold and some good interest being shown in the others as well. So we've got another 5 fantastic offerings for you here in our 2 o'clock session. Unfortunately, being the 2 sessions, I do need to go through my preamble just to make sure everybody's eyes are dotted, T's are crossed, and you are bidding on all the same playing field. My name's Grant Child, and it is my pleasure to bring these 5 properties to you, just simply coattailing the outstanding work of our EVES team, spanning all the way from as far north as Waihi right down through to Papamā. So we've got a great team here. We've got a fantastic team working alongside me in the auction room as well. Robin, she looks after all the technology in the auction room. Jordan, he was our first auctioneer, does a sterling job with the first 6 properties as well. Now, Louise, Mark, Jill and Trevor, they're all on the bottom of the screen there. Just introducing them, they are what we call our negotiation team. They're our support team. We don't like holding people up. We know everybody's extremely busy out there. So if we don't get to a level where the owners have instructed me to put their property to the market and sell it, that's obviously the reserve price. No surprises there. Yes, there are reserve prices on all 5 properties, but if we don't quite get to that level, we'll simply put a pause on the auction. One of the team will step in, give you that opportunity to keep discussions going with our sellers, and I'll move on to the next offering so we don't hold you up. Once you've reached agreement, then it will come back to me and I'll make any necessary adjustments. The property will be put to the floor and sold to the highest bidder. Be very clear though, folks, if you don't reach agreement, it does come back to me. When I formally close the auction, anyone can come forward with an offer afterwards, and that does include conditional buyers. So give it your best shot here in the auction room and eliminate that opportunity of potentially getting into one of those multi-offers afterwards. Just quickly ticking off the documentation, obviously the buyer's and seller's guide, that's been around since 2008. They're available in the stand just outside of the room as well. And in that same stand, folks, is the finalised copy of the contract of sale. It's been circulated in draft form, as you see there on the screen. So any additions, deletions or changes to that draft, I'll alert you to, but the finalised copies are available out there in the stand. By way of any bidding, I'm going to assume that you've read, understood and accepted that contract, and certainly run it past your solicitor as well to do a quick title search as well, because when you bid and buy at auction, you are deemed to have accepted the vendor's title without any rights of requisition. So through that contract, a very clear, concise document. I'm not going to go through it, but I will alert you to what's up there in blue on the screen there. That's the conduct of auction, and that was set out in clause 2 on the front page of the contract there. Again, I'm not going to go through that. 2 very important points I just want to remind you of. One is your obligations when the hammer comes down in your favour here this afternoon, and that is, of course, your do-re-mi on the contract, seals the deal, and everything's all set in concrete at that point in there. And the other thing that you need to do is to obviously pay your deposit. We only ask for a tenth of the purchase price this afternoon, unless, of course, you've made alternative arrangements with our sellers prior to the auction. The other thing I just want to refer to, folks, is vendor bidding. As the auctioneer, I am the only one that's authorised to submit vendor bids. And a lot of people, they think there's a bit of a myth out there that vendor bids are used to try and push the price up. That's an absolute load of codswallop. It never has been. So vendor bids are only used to assist you, to get you to a level where you can continue discussions with the vendors. Vendor bids will only ever be used by me. Nobody else is approved to do so. They will always be well south of the reserve price, and I will only use them if I've only got one person participating in the auction. If there's 2 or more of you, then I'm just going to leave it entirely up to you. It is simply a technique to work alongside you to get you to that negotiating platform at the time that I pause the auction, which will be below the seller's reserve price. So hope that clarifies things there. Happy to clarify any other questions or any other concerns that anybody might have prior to moving on to offering you our first property for the 2 o'clock session. Of course, a warm welcome to our viewers watching via the live stream as well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Nice of you to be joining us here in the EVES auction room this afternoon. No questions? No questions from any telephone bidders? No? Right, we're good to go. Excellent. 18 Tom Muir Drive, waiting patiently over here on the right hand side is Ashley, and well, it's not Diane, it's actually Lockie, so oh, we've got it right up there on the screen. Just my notes saying Diane, you look nothing like your Lockie. Well, you do actually a little bit, because she is your mother.
Thank you.
Alright, Diane's stepping back a little bit now and handing over to the team here. They're doing a fantastic job, particularly this one at 18 Tom Muir Drive. It's cozy, it's warm, and it's as neat as a pin. That's why the owner of this property has enjoyed tenure here for just shy of 30 years. So that's the lifestyle that you are about to embark on at 18 Tom Muir Drive. Firstly, you have to purchase it and then run our way through to settlement date. That settlement date is set for 28 days from today's date, or any other date is mutually agreed between both parties there. Any changes to the channels listed all there, team? No changes there. And looking at the legal aspects of it, folks, record of title say 44B folio 932 describe the property as a freehold estate, and with it comes 747 square metres more or less of good old Kiwi terra firma. So that covers off all the legal aspects of the property. Obviously the easterly aspect of that kitchen and dining area, well, that ensures your morning coffee scene is warm and bright, and then of course when nightfall sets, the generous deck, well, that takes full advantage of those westerly bearings and those spectacular sunsets that you will get to enjoy from those decks. Now the Kaimai views, well, they're simply enjoyed from the large wraparound style decks there, which means that the sundown and backdrop is absolutely second to none from 18 Tom Muir Drive. Detached, of course, you've got that double garaging. That's benefited from a partial conversion to a rumpus and a large office. As well, or it's a rumpus or a large office indeed, and approximately half of it is still available for parking your vehicle as well. So good options here at 18 Tom Muir Drive. Now we had a conversation just earlier today. You've got ones that express good interest, but not quite in that position to be able to bid and buy today. And you've got bookings already. You've got appointments already set up for viewers to view the property over the weekend. So. In your hands, buyers, we would like to say go for number 18 Tom Muir Drive. Your opportunity, if you are in cash, I would suggest put it on the floor now for the vendor's consideration. Put your hand up, yell out a number, I don't mind, otherwise I'm just simply going to close the auction, hand it back to the team, and I can tell you now, I will be getting a text message over the weekend telling me that we've got good interest in the property, and I reckon you'll actually probably have it under contract for 4 or 5 p.m. on Sunday.
That'd be great.
I know how these guys work. They're outstanding, as are the rest of our EVES team. Opening bids, folks. Who's got cash? Now's the time to put it out there and let the vendor consider your options. First call out, second, third. Final opportunity. If you've got that cash, put it out there. Right, I'm going to close the auction formally, hand it back to you, and likewise, as I said, I know the way you guys operate. I'm sure you're going to be busy over the weekend. That is an outstanding opportunity in Tom Muir Drive, one of the best we've seen in that location for a long, long time. So you can see the amount of space and everything that you've got there with the motor.
Stunning. Thank you, Grant.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Grant.
All right, moving straight along now. I did mention in my preamble Waihi, and Steve Cameron, working from our Waihi office, has been marketing this property at 21A Morsley Avenue, of course, in Waihi as well. Beautifully presented home. It offers an ideal setting for families that are seeking absolute comfort and style. It really does tick a lot of great boxes in this property here, 21A Morsley Avenue. Just 60 days from today's date is all you have to wait, so opportunity to buy today. Lots of lotto ticket opportunities between now and then. And any changes to the channels list, apart from the gas bottles that are excluded, they don't stay. So gas bottles not included. Everything else is as you see there on the screen, and of course has been circulated. Now the range hood has not been vented, so it's not vented, and so it's not an actual legal working order. So there is a clause in the contract just stipulating that, and make sure that you're aware of that. And of course the standard Waihi Mine clause is as is standard for properties in this location, just guiding you on where you need to go if you've got any concerns about the Waihi Gold Mine. That clause is in the contract and it's been there right from the outset as well. So the legal aspects, when we look at record of title, SA 56B, folio 892, of course all our records of title in our location housed in the South Auckland Registry Office. It tells you that the property is a freehold estate and you get 635 square metres of land, more or less with this one. I would suggest though the standout feature is the large covered deck, because that's where you're going to spend one heck of a lot of your time there, strategically positioned to extend that living area, and of course it's also accessible from both the main living space in the home and of course from the master bedroom. So a great layout throughout the home as well. You've got ample space for all members of the family as well. Have a look at what you see there up on the screen there. You know, one of those practical conversational kitchens is what I call them. Thrives functionality for daily catering and certainly caters for those fun time gatherings with family and friends as well. Versatile, fully lined downstairs, and you've got that space that can be utilised as the home gym, office or rumpus room. It's there for your use, whatever you choose to use it for. It's a home, Steve, I would be fair to say, it just simply bleeds personality, doesn't it? So, in your hands, buyers, where would you like to start the auction away for this one?
590.
$590,000 are underway at 590. Good strong start over on the left-hand side now at $590,000. Happy to take a 10 from here to keep you rolling now. Who rounds me to 600 even? At 590,000. Starting a bit on the left-hand side here. Entirely over to you folks in the room here. No registered phone bidders on this one. First call, second time at 590. Third, last opportunity. Having to work alongside you then, ma'am, it's 600 vendor bid at this point in time. It's $600,000, make it 610 if you will. Do we say 610? I'll tell you what would be a good strategic move would be to go straight to 620. But I'll take the 10 if it will help you.
Lucky number 611.
611. $611,000. I like your style there at $611,000. Called an auction in Hamilton yesterday and they threw all the odd numbers at me, but it was good fun. At $611,000. Where do we go from here, buyers? Your opportunity here. I would suggest a good strategic move would be to advance me to 620. First call now at $611,000. Are we in or out? Second time. Third and final option. It's okay, they've got to be 18 or more to bid it at an auction. I can't take that as a legal bid, I'm sorry. As much as I'd like to. 600. Third, final opportunity. Man, would you mind just strengthening your position and advancing me to 620? I'll pause the auction and you can have an opportunity to talk with our seller at that level. Yeah? Trying to help you here. Yes?
615.
20 and I won't do any more further vendor bids. I'll close the option. I do have to call it 3 more times. 20. Thank you. Appreciate you working with me. At $620,000, I am a man of my word. First, second, last chance for you to join us. Jordan bids over here at $620,000. Can you see if you can help the lady, please? All right, we come a little bit closer to town now. It's not too far from my head, just a little bit closer here, and that is, of course, into the Ongatiki area there, where 60 Hume Road has been residing for a number of years, and marketing that, of course, is Terrell Green and Colin Stewart Road from our Caddy office, doing a great job. You must be feeling a little bit out of place today there. We've got open shoes on, normally the red bands, so running around the type of property that you normally market. Okay, let's move on, get this property sold so you can go back and get your feet warmed up and your red bands back on again. Of course, working alongside you and assisting and doing a great job with marketing this property at 60 Hume Road. Set up with off-the-grid living in mind. You've got to be self-sufficient. You've got the water from the roof, or the river indeed. You've got the solar power, the ability to grow your own organic vegetables and fruit all year round. That's just a very small sample of the lifestyle that you are going to encounter when you purchase 60 Hume Road. It is a freehold estate. 11.5714 hectares of land is what you buy here in this location. A great opportunity. The right on it does stay, but it is as is. And the legal aspects of the property all described in Record of Title 420229, as I said, the South Auckland Registry Office. We do have some additional clauses standard for this type of property. Just bear with me. I just need to remind you of those clauses prior to your bidding here today. Your settlement date, 97 days from today's date, or such a date as mutually acceptable to both parties. Clause 23 outlines the tenancies. You'll recall that one of the tenants paying $430 a week is on a fixed term tenancy until the 12th of November and has paid a bond of $1,660. Another tenant being on a periodic tenancy paying $630 a week, and that bond of $2,520 has been paid on that as well. So just making sure that you are aware of those tenancy situations. Clause 24, purchaser acknowledging that you've been recommended to seek legal and tax advice regarding this property, because I do remind you very, very strongly, any bidding on this property is plus GST, if any. I remind you of that. If you put your hand up and you bid on this property today, it is plus GST, if any. Clause 25, purchasers acknowledge that you have not agreed to any allocation of the purchase price. Therefore, the vendor will be granted the first right to allocate the purchase price, which is obviously determined from today's conclusions. Clause 26, just the vendor shall not remove any improvement or fixture from the land before settlement. And clause 27, the vendor shall at their expense farm the property in a good husband-like manner, commensurate with good farm practice in the local district. So just paraphrasing those clauses, just making sure that you are fully aware of the terms and conditions that you've bid under today. Any other changes, Steve? No?
Just on the settlement part, the vendor willing to pay the settlement if possible.
Earlier settlement, so because those tenants are in place, if you want to take those tenants on,
Absolutely.
all right, talk to the team and they'll help you with there as well. If you are looking for somewhere to house implements and toys, then you've got absolutely stacks of shedding available at this property. Simply outstanding. If you've got a lot of stuff, you don't have to clutter up your garage attached to the house. You've got shedding galore to help to assist you with that. You've got multiple road entrances into the property. That's an added bonus as well, and that takes you into that wonderful grazing land, ideal for farming the beef and sheep as well. So a great option here, particularly if you've got young family and you're wanting to learn the ropes on farming and that sort of thing. This one will tick the boxes there. Perfect for multi-generational living. That's the way it's all been set up, so certainly superb for that. You've got those superb views as well, out over Katikati and out to the harbour and the islands beyond. That all comes with you at 60 Hume Road. You've got the Aotearoa River and water hole with a water hole on it as well. The Popo River on the property, that just provides blissful, relaxing times, particularly in the time to come. They are forecasting a long, hot summer. We'll welcome that after the rain that we've had. That water hole there off the Aotearoa River located on the property is just simply outstanding. There's really too much to talk about with this property and not enough time for us to talk about it. So in your hands, buyers, if you're looking for this type of property, I know, Colin, we had a conversation. You've got some people that are still doing their homework on the property, not quite in a position to be able to bid at the auction. But I'll tell you what, if you are in that position to bid here today, remember, plus GST, happy to take anything on the northern side of 1.8 million. Anything to start me away on the northern side of $1.8 million, and happy to work alongside you and work with you from there. Otherwise, I'll simply close the auction and Colin and Darrell can keep working with our conditional buyers afterwards. Those buyers still doing their due diligence. Anywhere on the northern side of 1.8. First call now for a start. Second time. Third, last opportunity for an opening bid. Obviously the cash not here today, guys. It's going to close the auction, hand it back to you, and I'm sure those buyers that have been expressing that interest in doing their DD will be pleased to hear from you, letting them know that property is still available. The auction is now closed.
That's right.
Good luck, team. You don't need luck. Right, just before we get to breaking out there, before everybody leaps up and breaks into a dance, we'll just go on to the next property. And as you see up the front here, Sharon and Malcolm Blakey have been marketing this property at 2 Orion Way. This property here, folks, has been meticulously maintained. It simply exudes warmth and style, offering you a remarkable opportunity for relaxed family living. That's really was the design brief and the inception of this property, with families in mind. So a great option here for you. I commend you guys in the way that you've been marketing the property. You've done an outstanding job, and thanks to our vendors for the way the property's been presented as well. So when we look at the legal aspects of it, 639 square metres of land is what you buy here for the property. Record of title 171137 confirms that, and it also confirms that the property is a freehold estate. That's the best class of ownership that you can buy in New Zealand. 20 working days, team. Still have 7 days, a bit of flexibility around that as well. And any changes to the channels list at all? No? Okay, so we're all good to go there. No additions, deletions there. Right, so hosting gatherings at this property, folks, is simply an absolute delight. You've got the opportunity to embrace the joy of harvest with an abundance of fruiting trees, to indulge in the year-round bounty of the fresh fruits for family and friends to enjoy. Your fruit bowls will be full all year round when you reside at 2 Orion Way. Built in 2015, featuring a modern kitchen that simply effortlessly becomes the heart of the open plan configuration. Again, as I said, that relaxed family living is really enhanced by that wonderful kitchen. Certainly complemented by that further separate lounge as well. So if you're looking at a good place to just retreat with a little bit of privacy, or perhaps retreat, get the old boombox going, open up the TV, get a few mates around and go for it when the All Blacks are on their trek to the winning of the World Cup. We hope. The bonus of off-street parking for the motorhome and or the boat, well, that's a valuable asset here for those with additional vehicles, or if you've got a passion for travel and you've got the motorhome or the caravan, certainly caters for that. It is not a house. This is not a house. It is truly a home. And it's going to be somebody's new home today, provided you meet the vendor's expectations. So that's what we're here to find out. Who wants to be the new owner of number 2 Orion Way? Looking for an opening bid now? Start me away wherever you like.
840.
Pardon?
840.
$840,000. We're underway now at $840,000. Happy to travel in 20s from there.
850.
850. Take the 10 as well. Straight back immediately to 870. 870. Good strategic move at the back there now. Fighting fire with fire. We go 8. Pardon? 880 at $880,000. Fight fire with fire. I'll keep you rolling, keep your method rolling. 890, 900 would be your retort. At $890,000 it is at the back here. At $890,000, are you in for that extra 10 now? 900, do we say for you?
892.
892. Okay. I'll take the 892.
895.
895. Good move, sir, would be go straight to 890. 900 rather. 895 is the bid at the back. Do we say 900 for you?
896.
900 with our phone bidder now joins us at $900,000. At $900,000, be very clear, folks.
905.
905, be very clear. Today is D-Day. We sell today at $905,000 for the one with better bid. I'll take anything you wish to put on top. Do we say 910? Here's their opportunity now. At $905,000, good bidding at the back here. Take your single now. If it's going to help you there, sir, at 905. Make it 906, 905. Might be the round number. Might be their limit. You're the only one that contested. I can't, because I sell today to the highest bidder at $905,000. What about our phone bidder? Are we back in? 906. 906. At 906, a good strategic move would be 910. Could I suggest
908.
908. Happy to take the 2. At 908. Fight fire with fire. Round it to 910. But I'll take a single again if they wish. $908,000. We sell away to the phone bidder at this point in time, to the bidder at the back rather, against the phone bidder at this point in time. $908,000. Take a $500 bid if it's going to help them. Treat you the same, welcome you back in just in case you want a bidding sabbatical. At $908,000 I sell away, do we have $500 more? First call now, are we in or out? Second time, sir, I'll move behind the podium, I'm going to sell it. For the third and final opportunity, quickly it goes. $908,000. Congratulations, of course, to our sellers. Right, if I was standing in the dock of a courtroom charged with keeping one of the best till last, I'd have no option but to plead guilty. Because this is an outstanding opportunity here. 52 Otiki Park Drive. Steve Trotter from our EVES on Cameron office been presenting this property here, located in one of the more popular streets of Welcome Bay. I would suggest, properties in this location, they do not stick around too long. The legal aspects of this property is the freehold estate, 577 square metres of land, more or less, is what's on offer, and that's all described in unique identifier SA 61D folio 654. Now the chattels, the electric hob has been added to the chattels since the marketing started, so the electric hob does stay and has been included in the chattels. 14th of September, Steve, still our settlement date, any flexibility around that? Any other changes to that chattels apart from the electric hob added? No, all good to go. So you'll recall when you viewed the property, folks, the expansive outdoor living that sprawls to the rear to just bathe in that afternoon sun and that private sheltered setting as well. You've got that soothing water feature that sets the scene as your barbecue sizzles away and you relax having the odd bevy or two with good mates. It's simply a divine setting indeed. You've got the dual access for easy flow living between the indoors and the outdoors as well. You've got no shortage whatsoever at 5 Otiki Park Drive of sunshine in your life. It just simply beams all over the property from that northerly orientation. You've got plenty of off-street parking. I just commented rather about the information at the top chopping off the roof there, but it really does accentuate the amount of off-street parking that comes with this property. Simply superb. The boat, the caravan, and that's not to mention you've also got the double garage as well. So I'll tell you what, folks, listening to what I've been saying about this property, you'd really perceive it to be quite an expensive property, but I'll tell you what, I'll take a start anywhere in the sevens. Anywhere in the sevens would get me underway for this property. You tell me how far into the sevens you'd like to go. Here's your chance now. Looking for an opening bid now for number 5 Otiki Park Drive. Last one of the day. We'll be back to you with a result on Moresby very, very shortly. But this one, if you don't buy this one, you're going to have to come back next week. First call now. Second, final opportunity. Okay, we'll close the auction. We obviously haven't got the cash for this one there, Steve, so hand it back to you. Don't run away, folks. We'll be back to you with a result on Moresby as soon as we possibly can. All right, back we go, folks. I did say 21A Moresby Ave would be back in the room very shortly. We do have an amended bid now. Can you just amend your bid for me, please? You've amended it to $626,000. At $626,000, folks, your instructions as your auctioneer is we sell the property. Not here to play tiddlywinks, folks. We're here to sell the property here at $626,000. It goes to our bidder in the front row here for the one for better bid. Happy to take a single or $500 bid if it's there, otherwise it's gone. First, second, last opportunity for you to join us. Sold to you at $626,000. Congratulations to our sellers. That concludes our offerings here today, folks. On behalf of the team at EVES, thanks for your attendance. If you've been watching via the live stream, thanks for your attendance, participation. We'll be back next week with another 10 fantastic properties commencing next Friday at 11 a.m. Not Thursday, it is next Friday at 11 a.m. We'll see you then.